Hello my dear students, welcome to another video of Eduins, and today in this lecture we will discuss about your chapter, that is A Letter to God by G.L. Fuentes, and this is very beautiful story. आप लोगों का जो बुक है His First Flight, उस बुक के अंदर जो फर्स्ट चैप्टर है वो है A Letter to God. His First Flight जो बुक आप लोगों का है उस फर्स्ट फ्लाइट बुक का पहला चैप्टर है अ लेटर टू गॉड. सो आज हम लोग यही चैप्टर को कवर करने वाले हैं. ठीक है, तो लेट्स स्टार्ट द क्लास, नो फर्दर डिले. ओके, सो लाइन वाइज इस चैप्टर का डिटेल वी विल रीड इन डिटेल्स. दिस चैप्टर वी विल रीड दिस इन डिटेल्स. Each and everything we will read in details. So let's concentrate, and every other thing I will say, I will explain, that will be very very much important from your exam point of view. So this is your chapter, A Letter to a God, where we can see that there is a man named Lencho, who is वो एक फार्मर है जो खेती बाड़ी करता है, कॉर्न फील्ड में काम करता है. एंड दिस लेंचो, अगर हम लोग चैप्टर का ओवरव्यू देखेंगे तो इस चैप्टर में हम लोग का ये जो फार्मर नेम लेंचो है, इनका जो फर्म फेथ है गॉड के ऊपर वो देखने को मिलेगा. एंड लेंचो इज अ हार्ड वर्किंग फार्मर. वी कैन सी दिस इन दिस स्टोरी, whose crops are destroyed due to hailstorm, and he feels God can help him. So that's why he decided to write a letter to God, okay, to connect with the God, and that's why the chapter name is A Letter to God. And the postmaster, when he wrote the letter, the postmaster when got the letter, and when he saw that the letter was addressed to a God, he laughed. I mean, the postmaster laughed. Okay, and after that, Lencho receives the money from the postmaster, from the post office. The postmaster gave him his letter, and he became happy. Like, he became happy to see the money. After counting the money, he became angry. So and then Lencho writes the letter again, complaining that the post office is very much fraud, they are cheaters. Please, if you want to, like, he addressed the God that if you want to give me money, then please give it to me directly through mailing. Don't give through post office, because this post office peoples are very much cheater. And in this way we can see the story. So we will read line wise, we will explain each and everything whatever is there in this story. So let's start. The house, the only one in the entire in the entire valley, sat on the crest. Now, crest means what, my dear students? Crest means, what does this crest means? Crest means top of the hill. Top of a hill. Crest means top of a hill. So top of a hill, of a low hill के टॉप में उन लोग का घर था. वो लेंचो का घर था, वो फार्मर का घर था. इंटायर वैली में एक ही लौता वो घर था. फुल स्टॉप. From this height one could see the river and the field of ripe corn dotted with flowers that always promised a good harvest. Okay, so when already everything is done, showing of seeds and everything is done, जब खेती बाड़ी कंप्लीट हो जाता है उसके बाद हम लोग को मिलता है राइप क्रॉप्स, जो कि तैयार होता है जाने के लिए टू द मार्केट, एंड उसको हम लोग कंज्यूम करते हैं, राइट. तो उस हार्वेस्ट क्रॉप का टाइम चल रहा था, जहां पे यहाँ बोला गया है सिचुएशन कि आप लोग इमेजिन कीजिए, हाइट से, from this height one could see the river. You can see the river from that height of the low hill where there was the house situated of this Lencho. Okay, and you can see the field of ripe corn. Already it's already prepared. Ripe corn means like already it is prepared, it is ready to consume by the consumers. So corn dotted with flowers that always promise a good harvest. Full stop. The only thing the earth needed was a downpour, or at least a shower. Okay, downpour means, my dear students, downpour means heavy rainfall. Okay, heavy rainfall को हम लोग बोलते हैं downpour. Okay, so now this farmer, this Lencho, the person, the farmer Lencho is now expecting that earth needed a downpour, needed a heavy rainfall, at least a shower, at least a shower, because now he needs, I mean Lencho the farmer needs in his field, he needs raindrops, a heavy rainfall he needs right now. Okay, so that it can get a good amount of money through it, through this cornfield. If you will, if ample amount of rainfall he get, then he can earn money out of that thing. So that's what the story is entailing us. Throughout the morning, Lencho, who knew his field intimately, intimately means closely, my dear students, intimately means closely, throughout the morning, morning से लेके who knew, जो उनका field है intimately, closely देखे जा रहे हैं, continuously, closely, Lencho throughout the morning is thinking and seeing. He knew his field intimately, he knew, he knows his field closely, very closely. He know, had done nothing else but see the sky towards the northeast. Towards the northeast, he is continuously looking towards the sky and the open-ended cornfield of him. He is continuously staring and had done nothing. Since morning, he had done nothing, just continuously seeing the sky towards the northeast. Okay? Next. Now we are really going to get some water, woman. Now we are really going to get some water. This is the speaker of this line is Lencho, and whom he is speaking? His woman. I mean Lencho's wife. लेंचो का जो वाइफ है उनको बोल रहा है लेंचो कि अब वक्त आ गया है कुछ कुछ वाटर, कुछ पानी मिलने वाला है. ये वाटर वाटर नहीं, ये रेनफॉल का बात किया जा रहा है. ठीक है. द वुमन हु वाज प्रिपेयरिंग सपर. सपर मीन्स क्या होता है? सपर मीन्स डिनर. ओके, डिनर. ये जो डिनर, जो वुमन लेंचोस वाइफ का बात हो रहा है, ये जो लेंचोस वाइफ डिनर प्रिपेयर कर रहे थे, वो रिप्लाई किया. क्या रिप्लाई किया बच्चों? यस, गॉड विलिंग, भगवान का इच्छा. यस, गॉड विलिंग. ओके, दैट God wants to, willing. The older boys were working in the field. जो older boys were there, they were still working in the field. Okay, while the smaller ones were playing near the house, and the smaller ones, obviously they are small, so they are playing near the house, and the and those who are elder, those who are older, they are working in the fields, the house, until the woman called them home. Until the woman, the Lencho's wife, called them home, they were playing. Come for dinner, she said. Come for dinner. Full stop. It was during the meal just, and it was during the meal just as just as Lencho had predicted. And now there is a prediction happening. I mean, the way Lencho expecting the rain, the heavy rainfall, is downpour, so that like cornfields get fully prepared and get ready for the for going for the market, so that he can earn revenue out of that and can earn a huge amount of money out of that. So in this way we can see that, okay, it was during the meal that, just as Lencho had predicted, big drops of rain began to fall. And the way Lencho predicted, just before the dinner, just he was seeing that there are big, big drops of rain. Rain began to fall. You can see here in the picture, there are big, big drops of rain that are falling. Okay, until the woman, okay. Lencho predicted big drops of rain began to fall. In the northeast, huge mountains of clouds could be seen approaching. As we can see, or as we know that northeast region is full of mountainous region, right? So in that mountainous region, Lencho can see in the northeast region there are huge mountains, and there is huge mountains of clouds. Okay, the clouds looking like a huge mountain. So huge mountainous of clouds could be seen approaching. Approaching means it's coming towards this field, this corn field where Lencho is standing, and Lencho could see them coming. Okay, coming, and they will soon, the clouds will soon attack the field, and obviously the field will get destroyed, and it will be done for the whole year. The revenue and the earning, all these things will gone like go in vain. So we can see this. The air was fresh and sweet, and the air का बात बोला गया है वो बहुत ही fresh और sweet था. It was sweet. Okay, it was good, it was pleasant. Okay, the man went out for no other reason than to have the pleasure of feeling the rain on his body. And the man means here the farmer went out for other reason to have the pleasure of feeling the rain on his body. And okay, so in this story, we are seeing that the crops, the cornfield will destroy heavily. But now, wherever the situation is, where the weather is pleasant and the huge mountains, the big drops of rain made Lencho very very happy. Like by seeing all those raindrops and seeing that the clouds, the huge mountainous clouds, is approaching towards him, he is very much happy and excited to see this coming, because now he will get a good amount of money and can earn a huge amount of money out of this thing, out of this corn. Okay, so he was very much happy, thinking that yes, mountains are approaching now, there will be a heavy downpour, and I can earn lot of money. That was the scenario until this, and that's why he went out, and he was enjoying the fresh weather, the sweet weather. Okay, because it was very much pleasant out there, so he was enjoying. The man went out for no other reason than to have the pleasure means khushi, the like you are happy, the feeling of happiness. Okay, and the rain on his body, when there is a rain coming, like raindrops will touch your body, that sense of feeling, that pleasurable moment, the Lench is talking about. Okay, and when he returned, he exclaimed, "These aren't raindrops falling from the sky. Are they new? They are new coins." That means there are comparison where, like Lencho said, that these are not raindrops. These are new coins. I mean, from this heavy rainfall, or from this, out of this big raindrops, he will get huge amount of money. He will earn a huge amount of money. Okay, so he is very much happy seeing these raindrops which are falling, and he is saying out of this there is a comparison given. And what is this comparison, students? This comparison is that Lecho is comparing the raindrops with the coins, with the new coins, so that he can obviously, if there is a huge amount of rainfall, then he will get to earn huge amount of money. So that's why there is a comparison we are seeing in the story, where Lenju is saying that raindrops falling from the sky, they are new coins. Okay, the big drops are 10 cents pieces, and the little ones are fives. I mean to say that here there is a comparison, that is okay, but additionally there is explanation of the big drops and the small drops as well. So big drops has been compared with the 10 cent pieces, and the small or the little ones said they are fives. Okay, is that clear? Okay, let's move on to the next paragraph. With a satisfied expression, he regarded the field of ripe corn with its flowers draped in curtain of rain. Draped means covered. You can see your word meanings portion. There it's written that draped means covered. Curtain of rain. Draped in a curtain of rain. I mean, it is so beautiful, it's looking so beautiful. Like you see the transparent curtain, the white color transparent curtain looks like transparent. Okay, you like translucent, you can say. It's not transparent, it's a translucent curtain. If you imagine white translucent curtain, then exactly that's what saying that this cornfield, this ripe corn has been covered like with its flowers. It is covered with its flowers and draped with a curtain, covered with a curtain of rain. Okay, so it's so soothing for a farmer, like for Lencho, that he is romanticizing this cornfield, obviously because for money. Okay, and that's why we have seen in our previous slide that how Lencho is compared like the raindrops with new coins. Okay, next. But suddenly a strong wind began to blow. So there is a strong, there is a strong wind. Okay, strong wind means there is a powerful wind which began to blow. अचानक से हुआ. Suddenly it happened. There was like out of the box, out of nowhere, this strong wind was coming and it began to blow. It was blowing so strongly, लाइक वो हिला देने वाला जो एक बादल आता है ना, वो आया. एंड अलोंग विद द रेन वेरी लार्ज हेल स्टोन्स. और उसके साथ साथ क्या आया? हेल स्टोन्स. जो रेन ड्रॉप्स स्टोन के होते हैं ना, स्टोन मीन्स जो पत्थर बन जाते हैं, रेन ड्रॉप्स. ओके, जो यू नो वो रेन ड्रॉप्स का बात कर रहा है. ये हेल स्टोन्स, दे वेर हेवी, heavy way में large amount of hailstones began to fall. So raindrop से, ये सीधा heavy raindrop से या big raindrops or small raindrops पड़ रहे थे, but now it turned out to be hailstones. Very large hailstones began to fall. So ये expression देने के बाद ही ये हुआ. Like Lencho the farmer, when he compared the raindrops with like new coins, and when he was satisfied with the rain, and when he saw that huge mountainous clouds were coming and approaching towards his field, he was so much happy that now he can earn a huge amount of money out of that. And then after comparison, he saw there is a strong wind which was also coming out of that. And after that strong wind when he began to blow, after that there was a rain, very large hailstones began to fall. Now there is a disaster we will see in the story. Okay, until this portion we're seeing that everything was going accordingly to the farmer लेंचो की मुताबिक जो भी हो रहा था, जो लेंचो ने सोच के रखा था, before dinner, whatever he was expecting, exactly those things happen. But this hailstone portion से हम लोग देख पा रहे हैं जो out of the box था, suddenly ये होने लगा जो कि एकदम तहस नहस करने वाला है, and the situation will go upside down. Okay, now we will see the upside down portion. This truly did resemble new silver coins. And ये जो silver coins है, ये जो truly resemble कर रहा है silver coins को. Okay, it is expressing, now it is resembling silver coins. Okay, the boys exposing themselves to the rain ran out to collect the frozen pearls. लेकिन ये इन लोगों का क्या है, इन लोग चले गए ये जो frozen pearls है उनको collect करने निकल गए. So the boys were very much excited because they don't have nothing to do, they are just least bothered about this thing. So they ran out and they like we used to also do these things when I was small, when there was a hailstones and there was heavy rainfall. Then I used to go outside of my home and I used to like go like outside the house, outside my house, because I am like very much excited when there is hailstones. And after that I used to collect all those things, and following me my sister used to come and she used to do the same, and my mother used to shout. Okay, so this was the scenario back then when I was small. Okay, so I think they were very much, so they exposed themselves to the rain. Okay, jo hoga bhigne do, jane do, we don't care. And they collected all those frozen pearls. Okay, So this has been said as frozen pearls. We will keep this thing in our mind, okay? Because we know in our question paper there is extract based question comes in our examination, right? So extract based question means you have to read the text very much carefully. So whenever you are reading anything, you should be very much aware of those points, those words which you are uttering, okay? Okay, it's really getting bad now. Okay, now it's the situation where it has been said in the story that now it is like really it's getting bad. And now we will see that it is getting bad, exclaimed the man. Man means Lencho is exclaiming that now it is really getting bad now. The sign is very important. So now it is really getting bad. In which situation Lencho the farmer said this? Okay, in which situation he has said this? What was the situation at that point of time? What was the feeling Lencho was going through at that point of a time? All these questions can come. We will talk about the question later. Back to the story. So exclaimed the man, I hope it passes quickly. And Lencho, he is hoping, he wants, so that he wants to go this situation, pass this situation, because this is very much traumatizing situation for any kind of farmer. This farmer was very much scared. Lencho was very much scared because he knew that if these raindrops, yeah, if these hailstones continue, then my crops gonna destroy, my crops gonna die, and there will be no hope, no chance. And all those hard working portion, all those माने जितनी भी मेहनत मैंने किया है ना, वो सारे के सारे पानी में जाएंगे. My hard work will go vain. Okay, go in vain, whatever we want to say. So I hope it will pass. It passes quickly. जल्दी जल्दी चला जाए. It did not pass quickly. लेकिन वो गया नहीं जल्दी जल्दी. Okay, these hailstones things, it didn't pass quickly. Full stop. For an hour, the hail rained on the house. For an hour, my dear students, for an hour, घंटा तक ये hail rain गिरा. एंड हाउस, ये घर को भिगाया. द गार्डन, द हिल साइड, द कॉर्नफील्ड, द होल वैली. ओ माय गॉड, दिस वाज द डिजास्टरस सिचुएशन एवर. राइट, फॉर एन आवर ये हेल रेन किया. हाउस, गार्डन, हिल साइड, कॉर्नफील्ड, ऑन द होल वैली. The white, the field was white as if covered with salt. And have you ever, yeah, obviously, you all have seen salt. Okay, salt. Okay, table salt. Okay, it is looking like that the whole field was white because there was so, like, it's rained for an hour. The hail rained on the house, garden, hillside, and the cornfield and the whole valley. And the white, the field was like, it was looking like it was covered with a salt. Now this was the situation, my dear students. Can you see this situation? And can you see the Lencho's face and the expression? All our work for nothing. एंड ये जो मेहनत था, ये पूरा का पूरा पानी में गया. ओके, सो ये वाला पिक्चर देख लीजिए. कैन यू सी द पिक्चर? ओके, we will move on to our next paragraph. Not a leaf remained on the trees. Not a leaf remained on the trees. एक भी पत्ते नहीं बचे. आई मीन इतनी जोर जोर से हेलस्टोन्स हुए, इतनी जोर का बारिश हुआ कि देयर वर नो लीफ लेफ्ट ऑन एनी ट्रीज. The corn was totally destroyed. So the disastrous moment, it has arrived in the story which we were not expecting, which were Lencho for sure not expecting, but the thing happened. It destroyed the hailstones, destroyed the entire. Okay, I hope you all are understanding, right? Okay, let's continue. So no leaf remained on the trees. The corn was totally destroyed. The flowers were gone from the plants, and the flowers were gone from the plants. Just think of a situation where you are seeing there a tree but there is no leaf. If you are seeing a plant but there is no flower, you are seeing this, the entire cornfield. Just imagine the entire cornfield got destroyed in a seconds, within a seconds. I mean, for an hour it was there, the like it was raining, hailstones were there, but then with this thing, like like whatever time the hardworking was, like continuously throughout the entire year, Lencho has been working hard to grow those corns, okay, so that he can get a good amount of, fruitful amount of money he can get out of those hardworking, whatever he like worked for. But then the net result is zero. How you will feel? You will like study the entire year, and then when you will get a result zero, which is very much like it doesn't happen, it's just an example. Just think, no, just think that if you like you are studying for the entire year and after that you are not getting the satisfied marks, okay, no need to say that you will fail. But yeah, let's supposedly think that you are not getting the marks you wanted, or like your assumption was that I will score 80, but somehow you scored 66 or 60, below 60. So you are not like you are not satisfied with your marks. That is different. But I'm just giving example. Just imagine that ये जो मेहनत था लेंचो का, जो फार्मर का पूरा मेहनत था, वो मेहनत पूरा साल का जो मेहनत उन्होंने किया था, वो पूरा गया पानी में. ओके, एंड नाउ द नेट रिजल्ट इज जीरो. जीरो पे आ गया. अब क्या करेगा एक फार्मर के लिए? वो कॉर्नफील्ड सब कुछ था लेंचो के लिए आज, एंड आज वही कॉर्नफील्ड पूरा पानी का पानी हो गया. सो नाउ व्हाट हैपेंस, ये जो है लेंचो सोल वाज फील्ड विद सैडनेस. अब उनका फीलिंग्स के बारे में पढ़ेंगे कि उनका जो सोल था, लेंचो का सोल तब क्या फील कर रहा था जब एंटायर क्रॉप और द कॉर्नफील्ड, द क्रॉप वाज डिस्ट्रॉयड. एट दैट पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम लेंचो सोल वाज फील्ड विद सैडनेस. he was very much sad, okay, sorrowful, and soul was filled with sadness when the storm had passed. But then after that, after some time, after an hour, when the storm had passed, he stood in the middle of the field, and he stood. Okay, here we can see the picture. Here he is standing in the middle of the field. So this is the picture. He was standing in the middle of the field after the storm had passed. He stood in the middle of the field and said to his son, and he was saying, he said this to his son, a plague of locust. Locust means what? What does this locust mean, my dear students? Insects which fly in big swarms, groups, and destroy crops. Locust means insects which destroys crops. Okay, so insects which destroys crops. So here farmer Lench is saying plague means what, my dear students? Epidemic. जब कोई epidemic होता है, right? So यहाँ पे ये बता रहा है कि ये जो epidemic होता है, the epidemic would have like epidemic of locusts. This epidemic of this insects would harm us more. Like it will the situation, whatever the situation was at that point of a time, if there was an attack, if there was an epidemic by this locust, it would affect less than whatever it was in the present situation. So Lencho was saying to his sons all this thing that ये जो प्लेग आया है, ये जो लोकस्ट का प्लेग अगर आता ना, तो ये इतना बुरा हालत करके नहीं छोड़ता जितना आज हम लोग का हालत है इस हेल्थ स्टोन के वजह से. इससे अच्छा वो इंसेक्ट डिस्ट्रॉय करके चला जाता. कुछ अमाउंट तो बचता, सोल्ड करने के लिए, सेल करने के लिए कुछ तो बचता, कुछ तो रहता, कुछ तो छोड़ के जाता. वो सारे इंसेक्ट्स कुछ तो लाइक यस मे बी 70% गॉट डिस्ट्रॉयड, बट 30% वो लोग छोड़ देता. लेकिन ये तो कहीं का नहीं छोड़ा, ये तो पूरा का पूरा खा गया. सो लेंचो से that locust would have left more than this. इससे अच्छा हेल्थ स्टोन ने तो पूरा ही खा गया. लोकस्ट का एपिडेमिक होता तो हैव लेफ्ट मोर देन दिस, थोड़ा ज्यादा इफेक्ट करता, इससे ज्यादा इफेक्ट नहीं करता. ठीक है, द हेल वॉज लेफ्ट नथिंग. ये जो हेल था ये तो कहीं का नहीं छोड़ा. left nothing. It is destroyed 100%. इसका पूरा पूरा मतलब हुआ, it means that the locust plague would harm 70% and Lencho would have sell 30% of the corn. But now this hell destroyed 100% and there is 0% left with Lencho. This was the thing Lencho tried to say to his sons. Okay, so मिडिल मिडिल में खड़े होके, फील्ड का मिडिल में खड़े होके सन्स को क्या बोले वो, a plague of locusts would have more left than this and the hell has left nothing. This year we will have no corn, and there is no corn because the hell destroyed everything. Okay, so there is nothing. The hell has left nothing, and the year we will have no corn. That night was a sorrowful one, sad. Okay, sorrowful one. All of our work for nothing. All of our work for nothing. इतनी मेहनत लगान से there is the net result is zero. Everything whatever I have done, all these things were gone in vain. All these things gone in vain. So all my hard working was for nothing because the net result is zero. Ultimately, I have got nothing out of this thing. So there was no one who can help us. And there is no one who can help us right now because I am financially so much down. Nobody gonna help. Who will give me money? There is nobody there out to help me. Okay, so we will go hungry this year. So this, all these things, quote unquote, all these things, who is the speaker, my dear students? Lencho the farmer is the speaker. That he was also saying that we will go hungry this year. This whole year, this entire year, we will go hungry because there is no crop to sell, and there is such a financial condition. I cannot earn. Where I will earn money? From where? Out of my result is zero. My whole hard work, whatever I have done the entire year, is just gone in vain. The hell had left nothing. So there is nothing left. I cannot do anything. How I will earn? So now the net result is zero and we will go hungry this year. That's what Lencho said. Okay, that's what Lencho said. But in the hearts of all who lived in that solitary means existing alone. Okay, solitary means staying alone or existing alone in the house in the middle of the valley. We can see, or we have already read when we were like starting the chapter in our first paragraph, only the house, the only one in the entire valley. That time only we got to know that there was the only house in the valley, the low hill. Okay, so here the solitary house, obviously, in the middle of the valley, and there was a single hope, help from God. And we will note this, there was a single hope, help from God. Full stop. Don't be so upset. No need to be so upset. Why you were so upset? Why you were so sad? Okay, don't be so upset, even though it seems like a total loss. It is, yeah, even though it is looking like it's a total loss, our net result is zero. We have got nothing out of this because the hail left nothing. Just in like it destroyed, the hailstone destroyed the entire cornfield. So now don't be upset. It seems it's a total loss, but there is a one hope, that is help from God. And remember, याद रखना, no one dies out of hunger. Hunger के चलते कोई नहीं मरता है. I mean भूख में कोई नहीं मरता. No one dies. No one dies out of hunger. We will note this line, that कोई भी भूखा नहीं मरता. Okay, so don't be upset even though it seems a total loss. Okay, remember, no one dies of hunger. This is very important again from your exam point of view. Everything is important, but I'm just saying very important. That's what. Okay, that's what they say. No one dies of hunger. And that's what they say. No one dies of hunger. All through the night, Lencho thought only of this one hope. And there was only one hope. एक ही hope था, एक ही आशा था. There was only one hope, the help of God. कि एकमात्र अगर कोई हेल्प आउट कर सकता है तो वो क्या है, वो कौन है, वो भगवान है. देयर इज नो वन टू हेल्प बट देयर इज वन पर्सन हु वांट हेल्प, दैट इज गॉड. ओके, गॉड whose eyes, as he had been instructed, seen everything, even what is deep in one conscience. So now, inner soul. Okay, God knows everything. That what it is saying, that now no one can help. There is only one God who can help me out, whose eyes, as he had been instructed, seen everything. Obviously, God is omnipresent and God can see everything. God is present everywhere. God is present over here also. There, like here I am teaching, God is present over here. So God is omnipresent, and he can see, like God can see everything, whatever is happening, as he been instructed, see everything, even what is deep in one conscience. Whatever I am thinking in my inner soul, that also God knows. Whatever I am going through mentally, whatever I am going through physically I have a headache, I have a stomach ache. Now God knows that also. If I am not like very much in a good mood today, God knows, okay, you have this problem. No, nobody else can figure out that, but God can definitely figure out whatever I'm going through, my inner soul is going through, right? So that's what has been said here, that God knows everything. And Lencho, like, he is a firm believer and he is very faithful towards God, as we can see in the whole story, right? So Lencho was an ox of a man. Ox of a man means he's very, very strong. Okay, my dear students, he is very much strong. Ox of a man means Lencho बहुत ही strong man है, strong farmer है. Farmer लोग ऐसे भी हट्टे कट्टे होते हैं, ठीक है. फिर भी ठीक है, यहाँ पे ox of a man बोला गया है, comma, working like a animal in the fields. Working like a animal in the fields, ठीक है. कोई भी थकान नहीं है, इतना ज्यादा स्ट्रेंथ है, भर भर के स्ट्रांगनेस है, पावर है, बहुत ही हट्टा कट्टा है, एज यू कैन सी हेयर ऑल्सो, ठीक है. लेकिन फैमिली को सपोर्ट करने, लाइक फैमिली को सपोर्ट कैसे करेगा, ही इज फीलिंग सो हेल्पलेस, लेकिन बहुत स्ट्रांग है, भगवान के ऊपर इतना फॉर्म बिलीव रखता है, अंधविश्वास, ब्लाइंडली he has this faith in God, that yes, God is the only one who can help out Lencho at this situation. In this situation, nobody gonna help, but there is one who will help Lencho, that is God. Okay, but still he knew how to write, and he knew, उनको पता था कैसे लिखते हैं. Okay, working, but still he knew how to write. Here it is, like it is saying that he is so much, like he is an ox of a man, and he works like an animal, like he doesn't know what is night and day. He have like so much to, like entire year he was working on the in that corn field, एंड पूरा का पूरा मेहनत जान लगा दिया, पूरा दिन वो एक करके, ही यूज्ड टू वर्क ओवर देयर, एंड आफ्टर दैट ही गॉट नथिंग आउट ऑफ इट. कुछ भी नहीं मिला उनको रिजल्ट में, एंड उनका पूरा का पूरा जो खेती बाड़ी किया था वो पूरा का पूरा पेन में गया. किसके चलते? हेल्थ स्टोन के चलते. अब उनको इतना सारा उनको यहाँ पे बोला गया है स्ट्रॉन्ग ऑक्स ऑफ अ मैन, ही वाज दैट मच स्ट्रॉन्ग, ठीक है. मेंटली भी ही वाज स्ट्रॉन्ग, बिकॉज ही वाज सेइंग दैट no, like it seems like a total loss, but there is one hope we have, that is we can get a help from our God. So here is still there is a hope, and after all this hard working thing, field में जो काम करते हैं हमको, हम लोगों को लगता है कि उनको कोई पढ़ाई वढ़ाई नहीं आता, उनको लिखने थोड़ी आता होगा, लेकिन लेंचो को लिखना भी आता था, यही बोल रहा है. ओके, he knows how to write. Okay, so working, I feel working in the field and writing like doesn't go with each other. You also feel maybe the same. That's why, like author, like in detail, it isn't said in the story that these two things doesn't work, really parallelly doesn't work, and that's why writer like mentioned it specially, that he is an ox of a man working in the field like animal, but still knows how to write. Okay, so the following Sunday at a day break, So there was a day break on Sunday. He wrote a letter. He sat and he wrote a letter. Letter to whom? Letter to a God. And that's what the chapter name is. A letter to God. That's what the chapter name is, because this Lencho the farmer, he wrote a letter to God. Who, like which day? The following Sunday, my dear students, the following Sunday at daybreak. We will remember this, okay? And carry to the town. Obviously, वैली से टाउन में लेके जाना पड़ा उसको, उस लेटर को लेके, and a place to in the mail, and mail करना पड़ा उसको, ठीक है? It was nothing less than a letter to God. Okay? God, he wrote. Okay. Point to be noted. God, he wrote. He wrote to God. Okay. He wrote, if you don't help me, my family and I will go hungry. So here in this letter, whatever he like wrote inside the letter, that has been given, that if you don't help me, आप अगर help नहीं करेंगे, if you don't help me, because you are the only one who can help me. Now even you are the last option and the only option, not the last option. God, you are the only option, and if you don't help me, there was no one going to come up and like to help me and my family. So me and my family will go hungry and probably will die this year. So I need 100 pesos. So Lencho said, I means Lencho का बात हो रहा है. I need 100 pesos. Pesos क्या होता है? ये करेंसी होता है बच्चों. Currency of several Latin America countries. लैटिन अमेरिका कंट्रीज, कोलंबिया हो गया, ब्राजील हो गया, अर्जेंटीना हो गया, मेक्सिको हो गया, पेरू हो गया, ठीक है, और भी है, आप लोग बोलिए, और क्या मेरे से छूट गया, ठीक है? तो ये सारे लैटिन अमेरिका जो कंट्रीज है, उनका बात किया गया है. उनका जो करेंसी होता है ना बच्चों, उसको बोलते हैं पेसो. So peso is a currency of several Latin America countries like Brazil, Argentina, Peru, okay, all this, Colombia, okay, okay. So, in order to show my field again to leave until the crop comes. Now, again, there will be retreatment will go on after this. This crop has been destroyed. Now, there is nothing to do with this crop. Now, like again, Lencho have to like work hard, and then again, Lencho have to like show corn. Okay, so again he had to work, he had to like, in order to show my field, showing seeds मतलब दिखाना बिछाना seeds को. So field में, to show my fields again, to leave until the crop comes, again he had to show seeds of corns, and then again the crops will come, and again the crops will grow. So because the hailstorm, he wrote, because the hailstorm. Now I need 100 pesos. This is the demand in order to show my field again, corn field again, and leave and leave, and I have to survive. Leave means I have to survive. मुझे रहना होगा जब तक ना नया crops आ जाता है, because the hailstorm की वजह से. He wrote to God, and ये जो लेंचो है, ये सीधा सीधी लिख दिया God को, to God on the envelope में भर भी दिया उसको. Put the letter inside, and still trouble went to town, और फिर चला town में. At the post office, फिर पहुंचा post office. Then he reached the post office. He placed the stamp on the letter, और letter में जो हम लोग stamp नहीं मारते, we used to stamp the letter, and he also stamped the letter and dropped into the mailbox. Okay, and dropped the letter into the mailbox. Okay. One of the employees, now he reached the post office. Okay, the letter he already got stamped and the letter is ready. Okay, now one of the employee, who was the postman and also helped at the post office, went to his boss laughing heartily, showed him the letter to God. Now one of the employee came and just showed the letter to the boss, went to his boss and showed the letter. देखिए एक लेटर आया है, देखिए letter to a God को भेजना चाहता है ये लेटर. And laughed out loudly, बहुत जोर जोर से मन खुल के हंसने लगा. Laughed out loudly and showed to his boss, let's see this letter. There is one man who is who wants to send this letter to a god. Oh my god, haha. So he showed that letter to his boss and laughed out loud. Okay, showed him the letter. Okay, never in his career as a postman he know that address, and never in his career like this kind of address. I don't know, even I don't know, like kahan pe de, mandir pe de, masjid pe de, church pe de, where to give this letter, like letter to god. Okay, fine, but where to go? So where to give this letter? Who is the receiver of this letter, right? Receiver's address. Okay, so this was the main question, and never in his career this postman like don't know about this address. Never in his career it happens. Okay, सो पोस्टमैन यहाँ पे बोलना चाह रहा है कि कभी भी जिंदगी में इतना सालों से काम कर रहा हूँ पोस्ट ऑफिस में, कभी ऐसा नहीं मिला मेरे को कि हमको लेटर पहुंचाना पड़ रहा है किसके 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 घर, गॉड के घर या गॉड के पास. ओके, सो दिस इज द फर्स्ट टाइम. द postmaster, a fat amiable fellow. Amiable मतलब क्या होता है बच्चों? Amiable मतलब होता है बहुत friendly and pleasant. Pleasant means very much chirpy, happy. Okay, so बहुत ही पसंद करते हैं लोग उनको, very much friendly जिसको बोलते हैं, it's very much friendly, and everyone loves him. That's way, like respects him and loves him. That yeah, because of his appearance, everyone feels good. Okay, so this is the word meaning of amiable. So he was a kind of amiable fellow, also broke out laughing, and he also started laughing. What is this? This is the picture, as you can see here. This is the picture. This is an amiable fat postmaster, and you can see the picture, right? Okay. After that, laughing, but almost immediately he turned serious. What? He turned serious. Okay, tapping the letter on the desk. Supposedly, this is desk. He's tapping the letter in the desk. Okay, commented, "What a faith! I wish I had the faith of a man who wrote this letter." Okay, so this is the comment he passed, and this is also very much important where we get to know about the story a little bit in a depth. What we like figuring out what faith. So when I was starting this chapter, before that I was giving the overview. At that point of a time I said you people that there is a name farmer Lencho who has this firm faith towards god, firm believer of God, you can say, firm believer of God. So this postmaster also broke out and laughing, and after that he became serious and he commented. He said that what a faith! I wish I had one. Man, इतना faith उनको है, इतना faith जो कि इतना ज़्यादा believe करता है God के ऊपर. उनको पता है कि there is no one to help but God gonna help. ना गॉड को चिट्ठी लिख दिया. अब उनका तो एड्रेस पता नहीं, लेकिन ये उनका फेथ देखिए आप, वो कितना ज्यादा बिलीव करता है गॉड के ऊपर, भगवान के ऊपर. इतना विश्वास जिसको बोलते हैं फेथ, कितना विश्वास है उनका भगवान के ऊपर. मेरे को मैं आई विश आई विश कि मेरे को भी इतना ज्यादा विश्वास आए भगवान के ऊपर. ठीक है. हु रोट दिस लेटर, उनके जैसे, लेंचो के जैसे, जिसने लेटर लिखा है. किसने लेटर लिखा है? लेंचो. लेंचो रिटन द लेटर. सो who wrote this letter? Lencho wrote this letter, starting up a correspondence with God. So starting with the correspondence with God. Correspondence means communication. Communication through letters. So this faith, this trust, whatever Lencho showed. So this post office was like amazed, like पूरा पोस्ट ऑफिस हिला के रख दिया कि व्हाट अ फेथ, ओ माय गॉड, हाउ मच यू ट्रस्ट गॉड. आई विश आई हैड दिस मच ट्रस्ट, दिस मच फेथ. ओके, so starting up the correspondence means communication through letter. When we communicate, that's called correspondence with God. And there is a communication we are seeing which is with God. Okay, so in order not to shake. The writer faith in God. And now they decided, the postmaster decided that we should not break the trust, the blind faith which Lencho have. Okay, because of Lencho believes that the God will definitely help him out with this situation, whatever Lencho is facing. Now, this firm believer of God, but this postmaster don't want to break this thing. So that's why the postmaster decided not to shake. शेक मीन्स यहाँ पे ब्रेक होगा, ठीक है, यहाँ पे शेक बोला गया है, लेकिन वी कैन नॉट शेक something which is not shakeable. So it is moral, you can say this is break नहीं करना चाहता था गॉड फेथ को. जो लिखा है लेटर को, वो लेटर टू गॉड कितना विश्वास से लिखा है, उनको पता है ये जवाब आएगा उल्टा में. सो दैट्स वाई ये पोस्टमास्टर डिसाइड किया कि वो ब्रेक नहीं करेंगे, जिन्होंने वो ब्रेक नहीं करेंगे गॉड के ऊपर, जो इतना ट्रस्ट है उनका, वो ब्रेक नहीं करेंगे. इसीलिए पोस्टमास्टर ने डिसाइड किया टू केम अप विद एन आइडिया. एक आइडिया निकाला. क्या आइडिया था बच्चों? आंसर द लेटर. एंड द आइडिया which the postmaster came up with, not to break his faith towards God, was writing or answering or replying letter to him again, to Lencho the farmer. हम लोग बन जाते हैं भगवान, लिखते हैं लेटर लेंचो को. ऐसा हो गया था परिस्थिति, फुल स्टॉप. बट व्हेन ही ओपन, लेकिन जब उन्होंने खोला लेटर को खोला, when they opened the letter, it was evident that to answer it he needed something more than a goodwill, ink and paper. And when he opened it, it was evident, means clearly it was showing what it was showing. It was showing that it was evident that to answer he needed something more than a goodwill. Goodwill से ज्यादा ही उनको कुछ चाहिए है, इंक एंड पेपर से ज्यादा. आंसर के साथ आंसर तो लिखेंगे, गुडविल ठीक है, सभी ठीक है, लेकिन उससे ज्यादा उसको चाहिए. तो फिर क्या चाहिए था लेंचो को? ऐसा क्या लिखा था? 100 पेसोस लिखा था ना. बट ही स्टक टू हिज रेजोल्यूशन. उनका जो रेजोल्यूशन था, उनका जो कि मुझे चाहिए, ये जो रेजोल्यूशन था, उनका जो डिसीजन था, वो देख के सब कुछ चौंक गया. he asked for money from his employees. एंड जो 100 पेसोस मांगा था, लेटर में मेंशन किया हुआ था कि आई नीड 100 पेसोस गॉड फॉर मी एंड माय फैमिली, बिकॉज otherwise we will go hungry this year. So that's why we are saying that they stuck with this to his resolution. उन्होंने सबको stuck किया. The postmaster, he means he stuck to his resolution and he asked for money from his employee से जुगाड़ किया पैसों का, कि अब सारा पोस्ट ऑफिस मिलके इकट्ठा करके फिर उनको पैसा देंगे, ठीक है. सो ही हिमसेल्फ गेव अ पार्ट ऑफ हिज सैलरी. कुछ उनका पार्ट दे दिया, पोस्टमास्टर का जो सैलरी था, उनका जो सैलरी का पोर्शन था, कुछ वो पार्ट दे दिए. एंड सेवरल फ्रेंड्स, कुछ दोस्त से कुछ फ्रेंड्स लोग ने ऑफ हिज वेर ऑब्लाइज्ड टू गिव समथिंग फॉर एन चैरिटी. एक्ट ऑफ चैरिटी के तौर में जैसे देते हैं, दान करते हैं, वैसे ही क्या किया, जो एम्प्लॉइज थे वो ऑब्लाइज्ड हो गए टू गिव समथिंग फॉर एन एक्ट ऑफ चैरिटी. ओके, सो काइंडनेस के तौर पे, फॉर एन एक्ट ऑफ चैरिटी, याद रखेंगे, फॉर एन एक्ट ऑफ चैरिटी, to show kindness towards Lencho, they all contributed. All the employees contributed thoda, small contribution that made big amount of money. Okay, now we will see that kitna amount of money actually उन्होंने इकट्ठा किए थे. It was impossible for him to gather to 100 pesos. Now it was impossible. Obviously, it was impossible to to collect 100 pesos. This is very much impossible thing, because he demanded. Lencho clearly wrote in the letter to God, addressing the God, that I want 100 pesos for me and my family to survive, because we will go hungry, because all these things like got destroyed. Now how I will survive? And this firm believer, postmaster, didn't wanted to hurt or didn't wanted to break this belief in God that was there within Lencho. because Lencho knew that if I write letter to a god, then the god will reply, the god will answer, and obviously god will also pay me back. So they collected, I mean the like post office together, they collected how many money, how many pesos? 100 pesos. So he was no, it was impossible to gather 100 pesos. So he was able to send the farmer only little more than half. Little more than half means 100, half means 50. Little more than, चलो पकड़ लेते हैं 70. 70, little more than half, and he put the money in an envelope addressed to Lencho. Now, obviously, there is a time which came, he wrote letter to the god, and now the god is replying with the money which is half, more than a half. Like he demanded, Lencho demanded for 100 pesos. Now 100 pesos is impossible for them to collect. Now they collected more than a half. Like more than a half means 100 pesos. हाफ से थोड़ा ज्यादा उन्होंने कलेक्ट किया बिकॉज इट इज इम्पॉसिबल टू कलेक्ट, राइट. तो ही पुट द मनी इन एन एनवलप, एनवलप के अंदर वो पैसा भर दिया और फिर लेटर भी लिख दिया उसके साथ साथ, एंड लेंचो विद इट अ लेटर कंटेनिंग ओनली अ सिंगल वर्ड एज सिग्नेचर गॉड, ताकि उनका फेथ ना बिगड़ जाए और उनको अच्छे से लगे कि ये गॉड ने लिखा है. वो पोस्ट मास्टर क्या किया, सिग्नेचर भी किया, गॉड लिखा सिग्नेचर में, ठीक है. सो फिर लेटर को एनवलप में डाल के गॉड सिग्नेचर करके वो डाल दिया ताकि लेंचो को वो लेटर मिल जाए, राइट. सो दैट लेंचो गेट द लेटर नेक्स्ट डे. So this way we have completed the first part of this lecture, and like we will keep up to this. Next part we will discuss in our next lecture, and I hope that you have understood this line wise explanation. If you have any problem, then you are free to ask me. Okay, no problem, you can ask me down in the comment section, my dear students, all of you. And line wise explanation is very important from your question paper, because you know that your question is always comes according to your extract based, okay, and that's why you have to read the text very carefully. So whatever I have taught you today, my dear students, just read it very carefully, and do not miss any kind of words, do not miss, and read it. And until this, whatever I have taught up to this portion, god portion, just read it. After that we will do our next part in our next lecture. Thank you for watching, my dear students. मिलते हैं next lecture में. Until then, take care and bye bye.